Hello, so you might notice something a little bit different from the last video here. There's a few more things in this level than there were. That's because I recorded a second video pretty much after I did the first one, and the audio didn't record for some reason or other. So here I am, just trying to give an insight of what it was I did. I mean, obviously you can see a few things have been added, a few things have been changed around. I'll just kind of like walk through the level and then you can kind of see what's going on. So we've got this situation which we can't really do very much in here at the moment. We have a safe here, and here I've added a few things. At the moment it's just like a little obstacle course, but not too much of an obstacle course because there's not much to work around. But I've moved the spirit out here just to make things a little different, and do this so that this spirit has only one place it can really go to, which is that cage up there. And I've added a little diamond trap here so that if you didn't take that and decided to do that, you would have a trapped diamond. And I've moved this one to here so this can only go into that cage. And then I've added this other section here, which is kind of just a maze of safes. And this boulder drops down here so that you're kind of trapped in here. Up here is a cage, and you've got this maze, and you go around, you see, aha, there is a spirit at the top here, which I can let out, and they can go around the level a bit. And once they've done that, then I'll be able to go through this area at the top. And then here, yep, we get blocked off this way as well. And more safes and diamonds trapped behind safes. And we've got a nice little area with some skulls. And I just kind of like put these down. I had an idea that I just kind of wanted like a funnel of skulls. And that's kind of basically the idea that I had. Nothing really more than that. And I kind of have to see what I want to do with that at the moment. Spirit locked behind these safes at the moment, and the time bomb is locked behind a cage. And yes, the area is big and empty right now, but we collect the key so that if we wanted to, we could come back over here, let that spirit out, and that spirit is, designated for that cage because there's not much of another way it could go around. Plus there are no other cages for it to go in at the moment. But now we can grab these, and obviously we can't go back through here. So what we'd want to do is come through, because what I've done is added a way through here. So you can come back through and grab these things, and all the safes which are now turned into diamonds through these areas, you can now pick up. And yep, that boulder is no longer trapping us from going that way into this area. And so pick up all these, and that should be all we need, because then we can then come back out this way, watching we don't hurt ourselves, and go to the time bomb. Obviously there's more that needs to be done with this level, so let's go to the editor now, and hopefully our little pointer appears. Yeah, there we go. And we can load up our levels. I say levels because I actually have done a little bit of another thing which I'll show you, but let's have a look at this. So I've had a couple of thoughts on this. What I can add to this to make it a bit more interesting is a few more things like these. So if I put one in here and one in here, then I add, oops, come here, a couple more of these, and why not for good measure just put these in the middle of there. So that gives us a little bit more to do in this area when we get through to it. These areas are okay at the moment. This is a bit sparse at the top, but I'll come back to think about this. I had an idea of what I want to do with this funnel. See here, if you look at this little bowl shape at the bottom, you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before it blocks you off going back through here. And you do need to go back through there, because once you've come up through here, you get the key, then you have to come back to get to these safes, which you can't come through this way to get to. Now, I'm trying to make this an easy-ish level, so I'm not going to make it too difficult to not going to make it too difficult to complete. So what I kind of want to do is just do this here, and in order to get through there, let's put that, then we can put another one of these up here, and this here, I've got 5 at the moment. Let's put 6, 7, 8. So we have to do like a little bit of thinking about what we're actually doing when we play this level. No, I just was thinking about whether I should do a thing or not, but then it's like, nah, let's not do that. No. Okay, so this is this area sorted out, and why not just make it a little more interesting? If you're really careless, then you don't take these diamonds away. Then that means that you're going to drop a bunch. Of course, then you don't have to take these away to get through this way, so then you can get back through this way easily. What do I want to do in that situation? I kind of want to make it so you have to think a little bit, but not too much, because it's supposed to be, a reasonably easy level. So can I do something like this? Obviously, then I can't do this that I've got up here. Let me take this out of here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boulders. Let's add 6, 7, and 8 just there. So you get a little avalanche to start off with. No, let's do that there. And make it so... Ooh, hang on. You have to go up through there, so you have to take these out of the place that they're in, so that this one and this one have to drop down, and then you have to collect this diamond here, so that one and that one have to drop down. And then, well, we don't need so many boulders up here in the first place then, because you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to block us off, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool, so we have enough, so you have to get these to drop those, that one to drop those. Don't really necessarily have to drop these ones, but then if I move this here, then that could be interesting. No, I don't want that. Why am I putting that there? I picked the wrong thing, that's why. So I could put this here. And sorry if you can hear the noise of the computer fan going off. It's just doing that right now for whatever reason it wants to do so. So yeah, all of this is going to drop down things into here, and it's not going to actually work too well, I don't think. Because you're going to have to get 2. They're going to drop into like here and here. Then you're going to drop the rest of them, which is going to basically trap you, isn't it? Right, I might have to have more of a think about this, exactly how I'm going to make sure that enough drops down there so you have to think about it, but not enough drops down there so that you're just stuck. Yeah, I think that's going to require a little bit more thinking about at the moment. So if I just do this, that because then I'm going to have to drop those two. Yeah, these ones are pretty much going to have to drop anyway, so let's just see how that turns out. This area, I still don't have much of an idea of exactly what I want to do with that area, but I did think that if I put this here, and this here, obviously not going to just suspend them there, otherwise they'll drop and cause problems. So get these on here, and it'd be nice if I picked the right thing. Let's see. And then I was thinking of putting some rocks in, but the rocks were going to be just kind of... Actually, is that interesting? Could be. So, yeah, you just use that one to get rid of all of those ones. And try not to, put it against a wall and give yourself problems. So what I'll do then, I will save this. And whilst I'm in the editor, I might as well show you the other ideas I had, because these are just ideas that they popped into my head. I can't say, why they popped into my head or what necessarily was the thinking behind it, but this is one of my ideas. It's basically like shafts, like mine shafts or something going down here, and there's like a number of them across the level, and the basically overall puzzle you have to do is get one of the spirits out to get up to open up this here, get the key so you can get this opened up so you can let this other one up through here to get to the crown, and then the time bomb is just right next to you as you start off. So that's the general flow of the level, and then bits and pieces can be put in afterwards. Another idea I had was this here, which is kind of like an elevator. So you've got this spirit which chases you, so you have to come like here, well, go up, 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 choose one direction, come through, and then when you go through the transporter, you don't want to get too, if the spirit's coming down here, you don't want to transport then, because then it'll just get trapped in this area here. So what you do is you wait for the spirit to go past, jump in the transporter, and you end up here, and you end up running up again, kind of like an elevator, as I said. Then come through here, through there, do something else, come through back through here to the end or something. So you have to get the key. Oh yes, the key, which I haven't put on the level at the moment. And then there's going to be another transporter which will load you back into here, so that then you can come here, take that, then run out of the way. Spirit's actually going to be following this wall here, so it's still going to chase you up here whilst you're doing that. Then it's going to go off this way, so you can hide out of the way, and then it will come back down and go into the cage. As I said, I'm trying to make these easy levels, but this doesn't necessarily sound like an easy thing, so I don't know how well I'm succeeding at making an easy level. And then there's... Oops, I don't want to do that. That might cause problems if I don't get rid of that. Boop. So what I have done, I haven't got another one for D yet. What I've got here on H, because I realise this is probably going to be a very difficult level. At the moment it's impossible, but the idea is to take some of these boulders out, or replace them with other things and whatever, to make this actually possible to do. And this is just... the pictures like this come into my head of things that could be done, and so I just put them down on the screen here, and then this is what it is. Actually, whilst I'm here, I did have another idea, and I'll only just show a quick idea of it here. I had an idea of like little kind of buckets like this, and then you have like another bucket above here or something like that, another bucket here. And then we might have a bucket up here that's made out of safes, and in this bucket there's a lot of boulders, and some are even on the edge, so you can't do anything about... Okay, that's not going to work, is it? That's just going to fall off at the start. So when these turn into diamonds, these are going to roll off, they're going to fall into these buckets, and I don't know, that's just generally the idea that I had in my head. Buckets and boulders. and maybe the time bomb could be in one of these buckets. Maybe the key could be in another one of these buckets right underneath where this is going to fall down. That's not actually right underneath it, is it? That's right underneath it as far as I can tell. So yeah, and that's a skull for some reason because I meant to choose a space, but I didn't. So yeah, this is how ideas come to me. It's like some buckets, something's going to fall down, and then try and work with that. So I realise this is now 15 minutes it's showing me, is how much I've spent on this, so I will save here at the moment. And then I shall stop the video right here, and I might record another one because I quite like making levels and things like this, so we'll see how that goes. But see you next time.